Good morning, everybody. Let me introduce first. He is Yash Patel from Electrical Branch, and he has been in the batch 2015 to 2019.
Greetings of the day, students. This is Yash Patel from Pride Roses Academy. I'm an IELTS tutor and going to pursue Masters in Energy Management from NYIT Vancouver. Thank you so much.
And he is Kiran Achari from Mechanical Branch, and he has taken admission in 2016 to 2020. Kiran, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kiran Achari. I was a student in GMGC Institute of Technology. I cleared my engineering last year. I am going to pursue my engineering further in Germany. Thank you.
Okay, thank you both of you. And my colleague, Professor Krunal Khiraiya, he is from the Mechanical Branch. So we have arranged this talk for our GMGC alumni, and whatever we discuss that can be released to help. It can be helpful to our junior students. So let us start. Yash, as you are planning for your overseas study at Canada, so what is your goal and how you have planned to go, with which purpose you have planned to go for Canada?
Thank you so much, sir, for giving me an opportunity. First and foremost, your goal must be clear, what you want to do in the future. Secondly, select an adequate branch in which field your interest is. Then after work on it, crack the examination. For instance, if you want to go for Canada, you have to crack IELTS. If you want to go for USA, you have to crack SAT, GRE, and you can pursue your dreams significantly. Thank you so much.
Okay, same way Kiran is planning to go for Germany. So Kiran, will you please tell why you have selected Germany? I mean, most of the student goes for Canada or Australia or USA, but as you have selected Germany, I mean, any specific reason why to go for Germany? Or being a mechanical engineer, is it possible that you have more prospects available in Germany? Why you have selected Germany?
I selected Germany because there are several courses which are not available in the other countries. Like most of the countries emphasize on the things like management and other things. While in Germany you have many different fields of mechanical engineering like designing, thermal, and further many more subjects which are not even available in the other countries. While in Germany there are various institutions which also take mechanical engineers for their jobs, while compared to other countries. And in Germany there are also various public institutions where the cost of learning is comparatively very less compared to other international universities. So that is one of the reasons which I choose the German universities rather other countries.
Okay. Okay, yes, your academic, I mean, you started your engineering graduation in 2015 and you completed in 2019. So how your academics helpful in your overseas study or your post-graduation program?
First and foremost, the academic GMIT is more relying on practical work rather than theoretical part. So I would suggest that you should focus on both practical aspects as well as the theoretical aspect. And as sharing about my experience, my GIS curriculum was more focused on practical work because sir had arranged many tours and many trips to various industries. For instance, we have had visited to thermal power plant. Also, we visited to hydropower plant where we got the fundamentals and preliminary concepts of the whole procedure, that how the electricity is generated ever since from 100 years ago. So this all concepts should be clear in your mind to get an adequate job.
Okay, Kiran, will you please say that how your academics help in your overseas planning?
The academics which I scored, especially in the last semester, also helped me very much in achieving my goal for even trying to get an admission in a German university, because they require a certain amount of marks to even just to apply in that universities. Also, not just the academics, the extracurricular activities which you do, like many skill development programs that are conducted in our university, like the skill development program in SolidWorks, that helped me very much, because SolidWorks is software which is useful for almost anything, starting from designing to the computational fluid dynamics, which is very important in a mechanical engineering aspect. So I have to thank my university to providing me such an opportunity to teach me this software at unbelievable rates compared to the other institutions in the market. Thank you.
Now, yes, as you have planned for the Canada and Kiran, you have planned for this Germany. So you have searched lots of things about the various university. You have gone through the selection procedure of university. So on what basis that initial struggles are student facing over there, and how you choose these locations of the university and the courses in view with this initial struggle. So can you say that about
Yeah, sure.
initial struggles?
I would like to share my whole story. In seventh semester, I was clear with my mind that I want to go to abroad. Then there's a lot of jumble that which course you are supposed to select, which consultancy you will hire, and how many bands it will require to go to your destination, everything. But for that, first and foremost, you must be clear that in which particular aspect you are interested in. Then you just scan some of the colleges, some of the universities. For instance, as I was interested in energy management, that is the energy auditor, renewable energy resources, solar, wind, the hybrid system. So I was clear that I want to shortlist the universities which are just developing all such stuff, and they are providing such knowledges. So I have just make a list of all the university and the reputed colleges in which I am supposed to enroll. Secondly, you have to see your criteria, your academic, that how many score is required and how many you got. On the basis of this, you have to shortlist some of the universities and colleges. Moreover, you just have to focus on IELTS after that. Once you get your particular required score, you have to crack the IELTS examination. That's what I did, right? So once you get the 7 bands or 6.5 bands, you can go to Canada in any of the universities you want. But the excellence in academic also matters a lot. So for that, you don't have to get more than 1 or 2 backlogs. Your curriculum should be smoothly driven. You should have 8+ CGPA, plus some of the research papers should be published by you in IEEE. You should be having a good command over good software such as MATLAB, eSIM, and so on and so forth. So not only academic but practical work as well as IELTS, these all things are mandatory to get a relevant and reliable university for your better education. Being specific to my perspective, after I cracked IELTS, I got 7 bands in IELTS. My CGPA was 7.9. And I applied to one of the universities in which I saw my future bright. Then after, you have to search for some of the options such as PR, if you're going for PR, because mostly all the students' main goal is PR, that is permanent resident. So search for the university's criteria, your curriculum, that how much mark you have to gain in order to get an adequate PR. Then after, you should go for smoothly visa procedure, and for that you will be required a good consultancy. Make sure you don't make mistake while designing the SOPs and LORs. So any single minute mistake will get you to visa rejection. So your each and every step should be step forward smoothly and reliably. All right, thank you so much for giving this opportunity.
Kiran, how this IEP program will helpful in the initial procedure for that overseas studies?
Actually, the IEP program helped me very much, because if we stay in India and learn about the Indian systems, you think that in foreign it might not be very different compared to India. But during my IEP program, I experienced various things which are very different from our teaching procedures and the techniques which are taught in our country. In our country, mostly it's not a fault of our education, but the education system is designed such a way that most of the attention is just paid towards mugging up the topics, or even just understanding the topics in a theoretical level. But in foreign country, the university which I went to, the Kansas State University, there the emphasis is given on the practical learning of the subject. For example, I remember once in our final examination, there was a question in which they gave the total amount of money, that is almost $500, and they gave list of a material and the price of each material. They said us to design an object which has to perform its life cycle up to 50,000 life cycles. So we have to design in such a way that it should be within the money, and also the objective should be completed. There is no right or wrong answer in this method, but the most optimum way in which you create is the person who gets the highest amount of marks. I think that is a main difference between the education system here and over there. So so going to an IEP program actually helped me very much to understand how the system works over there, and it made me even more willing to go outside and learn in the other countries.
Okay, very well said, Kiran. One question, especially for Yash, because you completed in current academic year your graduation, but Yash completed in last year 2019. So, શું લાગે યશ કે થોડો સમય એટલે કન્ટિન્યુએશનમાં સ્ટડી કમ્પ્લીટ કરવો જરૂરી છે કે ઇફ યુ ટેક અ બ્રેક અને પછી રીકન્ટિન્યુ કરીએ તો આઈ મીન વચ્ચે જે થોડો વેઇટિંગ પીરિયડ આવે છે હાઉ ડેટ યુ હેવ ટુ પાસ આઈ મીન સારું કહેવાય કે ખરાબ કહેવાય આઈ એમ નોટ શ્યોર.
I think that having a gap is not a good thing.
ઓકે
There should be a continuity in the curriculum. One year or 2 years, okay, but more than 3 years or 4 years will get you read from the all concepts and fundamentals. You will not be in touch with the fundamentals for so long a period, so you'll forget all the preliminary thing which you are supposed to get it, right? So that is not a good thing at all. So as per my experience, I had a gap because of this COVID situation.
ઓકે
But you should not have that. So start the planning from the last year onwards, in the final year. That's what my opinion is.
Okay, yeah, that is right. But main barrier, Yash, what I think that is a financial barrier. So how to plan our financial obligations, or how to get scholarships, or how to get education loan or something. I mean, both of you can discuss with our students.
Okay, so getting scholarship is not an easy task in Canada, because even I would like to share one of the experiences. One of my students got 9.3 CGPA, even though he was not able to apply for scholarship, because nowadays, because of the competition, there is a long lasting competition, and because of that, it is not easy to just grab a scholarship. So the initial thing should be finance. If you are not financially strong, don't opt for the country. For example, for Canada, you should be financially strong at least. If you are not at good finance, then just opt for Europe side, Germany, Poland, Italy, Spain. Some of the countries such as Italy and Spain are just funding you back, and they are just encouraging students that if you will study over here, we will fund you, we will give you money. So you are getting wages once you learn, right? So it's the opportunity, and by this way, the problem can be resolved.
Okay.
I agree with Yash, and in Germany also there are various issues which you face while you try for scholarship. The main reason is the students from our country is considered at the last. Mainly they consider the students which are coming from the US side of things, like the students coming from USA, Canada and other countries are given the first preference. So try to make your profile powerful, like you have to include some of the external courses or some internship you did to make your profile even better.
Sorry for the interruption. Not only internship, because having internship and experience is very easy in India, that the officer knows very well. So rather than that, you should go for research paper publishing. Publish at least 2 to 3 research papers in IEEE, which will help you a lot to get a scholarship and to study at free of cost. Okay, and show your skill. For example, one of the examples which I would like to share is one of the students just find the bug in YouTube, in Google, and also he had given the solution. So if you have this type of skills, the Google will come over here and they will hire you with more than crore packages. So you should be more practical, and for that you should be talented as well. So as per my opinion, skill matters a lot as compared to marks. All right.
Said very correct that what exactly is required.
Now I want to ask you, during the journey of your graduations, what are the memories that we have a peak during this 4 year of graduation program? So please share your old and best memories during your graduation programs
Sure.
at GMGC.
As I was in the first batch, so the college was initially started, and everything was just booming up, and it was a great memories. We have 60 students in our class, and from the day one, we were told that you should focus on practical aspects, and not only it was told, also many trips were organized at different industries, and I myself had 10 trips, and which is the topmost level of any colleges that can achieve. And because of that, I had a great practical knowledge of any particular thing, concept. Not only this, but we also had a placement ever since the college was started. In the first batch itself, around 25 companies of electrical engineering had came and recruited over 40 to 50 45 students, and I was one of them. I got the enrolled in one of the reputed companies in Rajkot, and with a good package, that's too. I was getting 20,000 salary. I was offered, and I also did for 2 to 3 months, and after that I dropped because my goal was to go to foreign to have a abroad education. So yeah, it was a very good memories. We had a cultural program also. So it is a full bunch. There is no anything that we can get rid of, right? Thank you so much.
Now, Kiran, you tell.
Yes, sir. My memories were mostly based on the research and the project aspect of things. Many projects I have done in my university life. Like one project I remember vividly is the vertical axis wind turbine project, which was allotted by the college itself. We did various researches by going to the field. Like one of the professor, I will take his name. His name is J.V. Bhatt. He came along with us to the highways along with the wind measuring device, and we measured the speed of the wind when vehicle goes by, and attached the values directly to the software to find out whether the values which he calculated theoretically is actually possible in the practical environment. That was one of the best projects which I have done in my college life. And also various other projects, like we recently developed a low cost ECG machine which can be used for treating cardiovascular diseases even at a cheaper rate. That device which was made in partnership with Nyanmanjari Institute of Technology, and also we got many help from the Bhavnagar Medical College also. So overall, I say my college life in Nyanmanjari was too much helpful for my professional career as well as my research life. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful memories that you have shared.
Let me add that at the Gyan Manjari group of colleges, we have a lot of activities apart from our syllabus, or as what university suggests. So that is very correct. Industrial exposure as well as on the research side, we have a lot of activities. But as per if you evaluate yourself, so what is your strength and what is your weakness? If and you can identify, and how to overcome our weakness, or how to overcome, how to enhance our strength, that we would like to know.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. The first, I would like to tell my weakness. To be very frank, I was not good at practical aspect of electrical engineering, but by just studying from my seniors, from professors, I learned so much. And I was good at soft skills because I have achieved a bronze medal in the presentation competition held at GEC in national level. But I am not good at practical aspects, as well as I was poor with fundamentals initially when I just started my first semester. But as the time goes, Anisha had helped me a lot in order to crack all the fundamentals and to preliminary aspects, and it was overall a great thing. So this is my weakness, and the soft skill is my strength, the communication thing.
Okay, Kiran.
The strength and weakness of myself is actually the same thing. One of our professors once said to me, "You are jack of all trades and master of none." That means I have my knowledge in various fields, but not in master of in any field. So that's my weakness, also my strength. But I want to now I am currently focusing on a single thing and trying to achieve mastery of in a single thing. So that was my strength and weakness, sir.
Okay, we have discussed lots of things about the 360 or the holistic development of the students, and at GMGC we have framed our education policies as well as the student development policies, but there should be some lacking is always there, or there is a scope of improvement is there. So as alumni, what you suggest to improve in our GMGC policies for the holistic development of student? Yes.
Yeah. See, first and foremost, students should get chance to explore for the exposure, and they should be getting some ideas which they can implement at the cost of colleges, as well as there should be some changes with the education part. More focus should be given on practical. It should be 70-30 ratio, 30% to the curricular, the academic and theoretical part, and 70% should be given to the practical aspect. And there should be some rules that a project must be compulsory, mandatory, and for that marks should also be given, and not that 70% for annual exam, 30% for the mock test, and 50% for overall the caliber. It should be just mismatched, right? 70% should be given to practical aspects. Some projects should be evaluated by the professionals from various universities, and for that, on the basis of that, also marks should be given, which is as per my perspective.
I totally agree to Yash in that regards. If we do the same, we will be almost reaching the standards of the international universities which I talked about earlier. Also, according to me, I think we should organize a room or a area like think tank where you can present your ideas, create prototypes. I request if it's possible, then if we have a 3D printer or any kind of things like that, or a small CNC machine, we could make prototyping here itself at our college at very cheap cost. Because once we have a 3D printer, there is no problem of going out to make any stuff. We can create the model in our computer and print it out easily in our college itself. So that will be a good idea according to me.
Okay, very good.
So, I mean, your suggestion, both of you have given very valuable suggestion, and we will try to change, as you said. But as our institute is affiliated with Gujarat Technological University, so in examination pattern or in mark system, we have certain limitations. So, I mean, directly as an institute, we may not be able to change the examination pattern or mark system. But anyway, we will try. And as Kiran said about the 3D printer, I would be delighted to say that we have ordered, and within a week or a couple of weeks, 3D printer will be available, definitely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So thank you.
Incredible.
So as we are planning to conclude this session, at the last, I would like to ask both of you that if you can give some specific message to your junior students or some tips regarding your overseas studies. So both of you can give your message.
Sure, sir. As it is said, practice makes a man perfect. So you should be practicing a lot. By doing the particular thing over and over and over, you will be excellent in that particular stream. So don't feel lazy. Whenever you are feeling demotivated, just take guidance from your professors and be clear with your goal. Wavering mind always can't reach you to the destination. So you should be clear with your goal, and don't take stress in the examination. Okay, don't focus only on curriculum that and I am only getting 9.5 CGPA will get you to the great job. No, it's not the case. 6.5 to 7 CGPA if you are getting, even though you will get a good and reputed college or universities, right? Yes, you should not have any backlog, right? Because it will hamper you a lot. Thank you so much. That's what.
Okay.
I will say that don't just focus on the academics. In academics, just focus on getting a first class and focus more on the skills. For example, if I say about mechanical engineering, just don't focus on the things like 3D modeling itself. You can learn. You can go into another ventures like learning Python and many other coding languages, because I think coding is going to help you even in the future. And one more thing I want to add is, don't go to any country just to get into that country. Select a course which you want to attend, then you go to that specific country, because country doesn't guarantee you that you will get any job. So choose the subjects which you want to study and then select your country in which you want to go. So that's it from my side. Thank you, sir.
Furthermore, sorry for the interruption. See, branch is not the barrier. Even though you are pursuing electrical engineer in IIT and many other reputed tier 1 universities, they are just also recruited. The computer engineer is recruited in the electrical engineering stream, right? So if you are good at Python, if you realize that I am good at computer engineering, not in electrical, then you can pursue that skills as well, right? There is no any barrier that I am electrical and why should I go for computer? It should not be the case. You should work hard, and you can learn any languages at any point of time in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Yash. Thank you, Kiran. Kunal sir, would you like to add something or
Just I want to ask last questions from my side that nowadays we have numbers of alumni are increasing and we want to connect with all the alumni and we have to establish a strong communications channel among the institute and alumni. So we are going to design a certain platforms, social platforms. So which according to you, yes, which social platform is very famous or it is more convenient for this networking or the connectivity between the alumni?
All right. See, as the platform is already existed, right, that is Coursera. So we can learn something from Coursera. GMIT should make an application, a software such as Coursera, and they should offer courses for free of cost, right? And then after there will be a section where alumni can communicate and students can communicate with alumni as well. So such platforms can be developed by GMIT, and after that it will be a worldwide exposure, right? So all the students from different universities and colleges can also enroll in GMIT. So it's a betterment for students as well as GMIT. So it's a win-win situation as per my opinion.
Kiran, what do you say about
I totally agree to him in that regards. But I think so for normal communication and for interaction with alumni, we can use current technology like Facebook as well. Like most of the people who are studying in a college are a part of Facebook anyways, because they are using things like Instagram, which is already related to Facebook. So I think so Facebook is a alternative which can be made easily to use. That's it from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. And at last, on behalf of GMGC, I'm very much thankful. We both are very much thankful that you have spared your valuable time. You came here and you discussed this for your juniors. So thank you very much. And we wish all the best for your all future endeavors. Thank you very much. Thank you, Yash. Thank you, Kiran.
Pleasure,
Thank you.
all mine,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Very much, sir.